In this video, closures, how JavaScript functions remember their original scope even after that scope is gone. Now, to understand the basic idea of a closure, I have this example, and we have essentially a function of outer, and it's returning an inner function. And what's happening here is that we are running outer function, we're calling it, and storing it in a variable of counter, and then we're calling counter. And what's happening here is that inner keeps access to the count, which is in the outer, even though outer has finished. And outer has finished here. And by what I mean by that is outer runs, it returns a function as a result, and that function gets stored in counter. And then we are calling counter, so that means outer's already finished, but we still can remember that count, and you can see that in the console. Now we can take this a step further and store outer in two different variables, and you will see that we have two different states. And we can see that here. Counter A, we get back 1 and 2, and counter B, we just get back 1. Each has a call to outer, and right here, each calls outer, and creates a new closure, essentially separate memory and same logic. Now, I have another example of closures that I want to go through and how it works with async functions. Now, here we have a function of delayed log, and it's taking in a parameter of message. Now, within this function, we have setTimeout, and after 1 second, we get back a message in the console. And we'll see that this works. So even after a second, we get back hello. And even with this delay, the message parameter the message itself is remembered thanks to closures. Now, as a final example, we have this data privacy example with immediately invoked function expressions and closures. Now, closures can essentially hide state, and it's useful for encapsulation in private data. Here we have a function of add where it stores a total, and then we are returning a function that increments this total essentially by a number. We see that we run add 5 and add 10 down below, and we're going to see that we get back 5 and 15. So even though we've already returned, we still can remember this total. Closures let functions access outer variables after execution, power async and callbacks, and encapsulate private state.